Hello everybody, welcome back to the single player world. Today we are starting off things a little bit differently, and I'm sure you can tell that we are starting off with the time lapse of me building some trees. Of course, these trees are incredibly repetitive, and I thought it would look kind of cool just to see them in a time lapse, and may as well get it out at the start of the episode as well, so I can maybe talk to you guys about a few things that are happening on the channel right now, and also just in general in the series. We've got a lot of stuff happening, and pretty much what we are doing here, by the way, is we are going to be building the trees for our snowy, Snowy Valley, I would call it, where the side that's closest to us right now is actually going to be more of a redwood sort of forest. I'm trying to go for that sort of a feel, and the ones that we can see right now are going to be a lot more snowy, and I'll get to how I'm going to plan on doing that in the future. But currently, what we should be talking about is the fact that this channel is almost, in fact, maybe by the time this video comes out, we may even have been over 40,000 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely crazy, guys. And I know it seems like we're celebrating a bit too early, but it's bound to happen. By the time I've checked this, we've well on our way towards it. And not only that, the really cool thing is that when we started the series, I don't think we had actually hit 20,000 subscribers on the channel, which is crazy. So 51 episodes into the series, maybe even 50. As I say, I don't even know if it's come out yet. We have got up to 40,000 people on YouTube, which is crazy. That's insane. Then the next thing is also on Twitch. We are very, very close to hitting 5,000 followers on Twitch, which I think we were at just over 1,000, or maybe not even 1,000 by the time we started the series, which is still absolutely nuts. And that is also just around the corner. So quick little shout out, if you guys don't know about our live stream on Twitch, there's a link in the description. Go ahead, click follow on that, and you guys will get any notifications about us going live. So what I just did here, by the way, is I had to cut, and that's why we've started a new clip over here, because I ran out of leaves. We've gone through a lot of leaves. So I had to go grab some leaves. We've come back, we've got this going, and now my strategy is, with this at least, just because I wanted to get all the trees in, I also wanted to do the ground, but I don't think we had quite enough time to do the ground, because that's a whole nother thing, and really that would be a long time lapse if you guys want to actually see what was going on there. So what I'm doing now is I'm just going through, I'm going to finish all the trees, and then I'm going to clear all of the snow off the ground, because the snow is actually kind of annoying right now, and I don't want it to be a completely snowy area. So my plan is to clear all the snow with water right here, and then put in bone meal, which we've done before, but I'm using the bone meal specifically, like, to get the grass, of course. And the reason for the grass is I want the whole build, well, the whole valley, to have a certain amount of snow, and grass does a great job of stopping snow from spreading there. So that's pretty much all I've done. I've just gone ahead, clear the area out, put the trees in, which I think are looking really good. And besides that, I'm very happy with how this has turned out. Yes, I know I forgot to mention what was going on at the end there in that clip with all this stuff. It just didn't render right, so do not worry. That was correct. What was happening there was just the replay mod doing some really crazy stuff. And of course, guys, if you guys do wonder, because I know a lot of people wonder how I get the really cool time lapses going, that is through the render mod, the replay mod. Dang it. The replay mod, so that is how I do it. Now, what I want to quickly do here is I want to show you guys what's happened from last episode to this episode. Currently, that is where we are standing. That is where our main village, that village over there, the first one is over there. And right around, well, really around here. I don't know why we can't see it, but over there, I think those are the mountains there. That is the snowy village. And of course, as I say, we're standing right here. There's Hobbiton right over there. So what I'm looking at over here is we've set up base more or less around there in the last episode, where we built the sneaky episode 1 of series 1 house right over there. And what I was thinking of was doing the kingdom. Like, where are we going to be putting this kingdom? How is it going to be built? And I really didn't realize that we had some massive lakes, which kind of make this a little bit interesting. So I've got the plains biome, which I don't really want to touch. I've got this area here, which I'm thinking will be a really cool little cove. So in fact, what my plan is to move up this way and start with the kingdom in here. And who knows how big this will get. Carry on. Who knows how big this will get. So that is the plan right now for today. So for today, well, not for today, but from today onwards. Today what we want to do, however, is I want to go from this point to this point very, very easily. And I think this house over here is actually not a bad spot. My opinion, I think it's in a good spot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get started, and we're going to be a bit more interesting than just building a nether portal. We're going to be doing it a little bit differently to how we normally would see them. So let's get started on today's project. So let's begin with what we are doing. Now, this location where this nether portal is going to be is actually just over the hill from where we've built that house last episode. So it's not really too far away. It's a little bit inconvenient, but hey, you know what? We'll do it. We'll do it either way. So first of all, I'm just going to light this thing just so that yeah, that was exactly what I wanted to do. Okay, there we go. Once we've done that, now my plan is, I'll quickly explain to you guys what I'm thinking of for today. So this was an idea I had very, very long ago, and I was actually planning on doing this on a much larger scale than what I've got right here, and probably actually doing it over a few episodes, getting a really big idea with this. What? There's already... How's there stuff growing on this? Yeah, that is weird. I actually do not know how that got there. All right, carrying on. What I was thinking of was building a really big flower that is kind of a carnivorous plant. So basically a plant that eats animals. kind of like a Venus flytrap, pretty much. If you guys know what that is, that's what I'm thinking of originally. But then I wanted it to be a bit more colorful. Obviously, these concrete blocks came out, and yeah, they're the ones that we're going to choose. So what I'm thinking of doing is making sort of a plant that looks like a rose in the middle of the jungle here, which houses the nether portal, and it's going to have a way out, a way back in again. It's going to be very weird. It's going to be a strange build, but you know what? I'm down to have these strange builds, things that are a little bit weirder in this world. And of course, that's all the pink concrete powder that I have. But just a few weird things, like for instance, the dragon eggs, this stuff here, just magical stuff. That's the goal. And that's what we set out to do at the beginning of this series, of course, is do something a little bit different. Make it a bit more magical than what we've done before, and I think the challenge definitely is getting me thinking a bit differently to what we've been doing recently. So I'm really, really happy with how we've got this area here. Now I'm just going to get a few more of these. Let me just do this. How are we going to get this area to look? Sorry. So come on. This, by the way, is the pro way of doing concrete powder. Don't have to do the stupid contraptions or anything like that. Just have to put one in one hand, one in the other hand, and bam. Look at that. So that there. Yep. And this is all just going to be a bunch of shaping. And the trick to this is going to be that I don't want this to be hiding the portal completely. Like, I mean, I want to be able to jump in from the top and get to the portal, but I also don't want it to be too much of an eyesore from this portal. Let me just... It's kind of hard to think, actually, in these weird shapes when I'm talking, weirdly enough, despite the fact that I do this fairly frequently. Okay, let's... Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do a few of these before I can actually figure it out. So, what I want this to look like is a few layers like this. And, for instance, let me just do something like that there. So that it comes out with this very distinctive two-petal look to it. Well, multiple petal look to it. But the trick will be getting this over here, over there, to not look connected. We try this out. Pull this over here, there. Yeah, I think that could work. It's going to be a lot of trial and error for me here, as per usual. But I think that will work. And I do realize I've also lost a piece of concrete, which I'm going to go back and get somehow. Someone's calculating them. Yeah, I think this could work. Let me just scale this up a little bit. Because, of course, we've only got 2 to work with. There. I will do the next one around. Probably going to get about 4 or 5 in here. Then my next plan is how are we going to get in and out? And we have to be a bit more creative about that. I can't just keep it one way. So I think I've got an idea for it. But that'll require me to actually finish this one first before we can get to that. So let me get going with the petals. I'll finish off these and then I'll bring us right back. I've got pretty much all of the petals in and I've got this inside piece looking alright, I think. Now, this build, by the way, is how we're going to be working this in is pretty much, I wanted to get the jungle to look a bit more interesting than what it looks before. And obviously, flowers were going to be a really big part of that, just finding these around the jungle. And I think we still will go with our idea of getting the really large one. Maybe one day in the distant future. But right now, we are busy with this one. And this one's going to be sort of a prototype, I guess, for what we're going to be building for the rest of the jungle. Eventually working out a proper bunch of things we can put in there. But this is a weird build, and I'm glad that we're doing something kind of strange. So one little thing I've noticed, which is really cool, is the concrete powder, just concrete, and the terracotta, the greens look really, really similar to each other, which is actually really good. Unlike the other, pretty much any other color you've ever wanted to use, how they never look like what they should. These ones do, which is really useful for us getting this to look a little bit more interesting, because sadly, that pink is the only pink of the kind. There's nothing nearby or something we can use for it. So sadly, what we're going to have to do is be a bit more creative. Well, I mean, it's not really sadly, but what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to be a bit more creative with our leaves here to try and get, well, not the leaves, sorry. Yeah, these are the leaves. These will be the leaves, yeah. To try and get them a bit more interesting to hide the fact that this is just a plain pink, boring petal. That's pretty much it. So let me get this done here like that. This over here like that. And kind of make these look like they're drooping down. Let me just do that there, that there. Yeah, this is not coming out quite as good as I had hoped. I think when I was speaking about a large scale, I think the large scale one will be a lot more, give us a lot more room for improvement. Yeah, I didn't want us to be able to see that there. However, that could be workable. Yeah, that could be workable. All right, I'll get a few more of these in, by the way, just to try and clear this up. And by the way, before I go any further, I'm going to have to work out where these coordinates are. So let me get 969 and negative 529. I'll have to just put those to memory. Or I could just do this. 969, negative 529, was it? It is now. Yep, cool, perfect. I'll just have to find them in the Nether. So let's go through here and see where this comes out. If this comes out in its own portal, that's great. If not, it's all right. We're gonna make a new portal anyway. Yeah, this is the slime portal. Okay, this is the slime portal. I just want to quickly show you something that I've been doing in the Nether as a little mini, well, not mini, it's a huge project. But just a few things that I do every now and then in the streams. We go and do a few big things like this. Okay, look, it was angry at me. Which is getting towards our really large project. And this over here is just getting started with the entire Nether hub becoming a ghast spawner. Of course. The entire Nether hub becoming... Man, let me just get out of here. Yeah, can I hurry up a bit? There we go. Becoming its own world, which I've explained, I think, in a video in the very beginning of the series as well. But this is how it's coming along, and it's a lot of work. Eventually, this is going to be completely green, and we will also have all the portals and everything on one general level, so we can walk through this Nether world over here. I thought I'd just show you guys that, considering we are doing a bit of a Nether hub theme of the day, I guess, and more like a nature theme of the day. I mean, we've got the trees in the beginning. This over here now, I'm going to go and connect these two up right now, and then what we'll do is we'll see how this thing turns out. We're back, and I am going to tell you guys just before we go any further, this build is not exactly one that I'm 100% sold on, and sometimes I do, well, very, very often actually, I do mess up a build, and it just doesn't come out exactly how I wanted, and normally I don't end up showing you guys because, of course, I mean, hey, that's not as exciting if I always had broken builds, but there it is there, and, I mean, it also probably gives you some perspective on how many times I have to redo a build. Now, this is not looking too bad, in my opinion, for an abstract kind of thing. It's a very, I mean, I guess it's meant to be organic and flowery and looks like that. I guess it does portray that, but I feel like we could have done a much better job with it. And one thing I've done, by the way, these are things, this is how we learn. But I think that this texturing here, because remember I said there was nothing close to pink? The pink wool was the closest, and I still don't think that's a good match, but it's better than nothing at all, because nothing at all just was looking really, really bad. I'm not gonna lie, that was looking very, very bad. But overall, I think this has turned out alright. It's going to do the trick. It's a little bit more interesting. Last season, we had in the last world, we had the tree that we had our nether portal in. We've had over here the one underground in the cave. We've got this one here. I think we've got another. Oh, we got the one behind the map. So I like to always do something a bit more interesting with my nether portals. I'm tired of just having the same old nether portal in the middle of the world doing nothing, looking ugly. Pretty much, that's all they're there for. But this is what it's currently looking like. I'm also going to probably do something like this here. Let's just try to see if we can try something, something like that, just very easily to fix it up. Yeah, it's better than what it was before. But pretty much, if you guys have enjoyed today's episode, I'm interested to know whether or not you guys enjoyed the time lapse first of all, which of course I like to talk over the time lapse and just speak to you guys about whatever's going on there. And let me know if you guys have enjoyed that, because I've got a lot of big stuff that should be coming up that I'll just be doing off camera. So if you guys want to see more of that, let me know in the comments section down below. And also, if you guys have noticed my voice is a little bit rough, that's because I've lost it again, and this is it recovering. So hopefully it is all good and ready for a few more episodes, a few more streams. I think we'll be doing good on the voice. But thank you very, very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.